We feel uniquely qualified to be able to speak for every veteran.
On a personal level, how do you feel about the Iran war?
That your buddy is not the emperor of veterans.
They'll express their opinion like, yeah, that's cool, man. I don't agree with you, but that's cool.
And I would defend to the death their ability to have and share those opinions. Well, friends, there's a war going on currently, or a conflict, or a skirmish, or whatever you want to call it, and a lot of people have come to me and asked me, as a veteran, what my opinion is. Has that happened to you?
Yeah, almost every day something's going on. That's what I'm being asked.
Yeah, somebody's like, so how do you really feel about this? We feel uniquely qualified to be able to speak for every veteran out there and give the real answer. We want to tell everybody right now, once and for all, how every veteran feels about this war in Iran.
We all feel a different way, depending on what our experience is. I mean, it's not political. You know, it's based off personal experience for most of us. Who really cares what our opinion is?
So there it is. There's the bait and switch, friends. Veterans feel a wide variety of things because we're all different people with different beliefs and backgrounds. We have different political affiliations, different leanings, different tolerance for certain things politically and geopolitically and economically and whatever. We're all different. And so, no, there is not one unifying veterans everywhere feel blank.
Yep. So let me ask you this, Adam. On a personal level, how do you feel about the Iran war?
Oh, shit.
This could be raw, but...
I didn't expect to get into it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
At all. And I am not a fan of it in the slightest tiny little bit. And I respect the people who have signed on the dotted line to put their lives on the line potentially in search of something better for them or their families, or wanting to be part of something bigger than themselves, or wanting to serve in some way, and whether they feel that their actions there are justified or they feel disenfranchised as a result of it. It doesn't matter. I still support them, and I respect their decision to serve. And I acknowledge that there are other people in my community who don't feel the same way that I do, and I would defend to the death their ability to have and share those opinions.
Oh, well said. I like that. See, I mean, I tend to agree. Where my thought goes to is, you know, I go from personal experience, right? When I was 18, young kid, no idea what the hell's going on. Go overseas, go to Iraq, you go see terrible things. Whether you see friends killed, people blown up, civilians killed, whatever the case is. Now, obviously, every war is different. I hope the Iran war doesn't continue to escalate to where it can go. Because, you know, I think of this, like, I have 3 beautiful kids. I go home, we play games, we go out to dinner, we go out to breakfast together. You know, I have a handful of buddies that got killed overseas. They'll never experience that level of happiness, right? And take away the mental health stuff, PTSD, that's a whole other topic. But I'm talking everyday happiness that you have. There's some kids that might be in Iran war right now that won't make it back and won't even know what it's like to have that feeling. It's sad.
Yeah.
You know, whether you agree with the war or not, that feeling alone is so depressing. The fact that some young kids are going to have to experience...
Kids.
Yeah,
I don't care
kids.
if you're technically an adult.
Yeah,
if you're 18, you're a kid.
They're going to have to experience some of that heartache, maybe losing their friend, and have to move on with their life and figure it out.
The idea of my children being drafted or enlisting makes me sick to my stomach.
My son, he's 15, and he's been telling me, he's like, I don't want to go to school. I want to go into the Marines. I'm like, dude. It gives me a different perspective, like maybe how my dad felt when I went in. But my son doing that, I'm like, I'd be torn up, man.
Yeah.
That'd be rough.
Taking a quick 20-second break in the action to talk to you about our incredible sponsors, Tayback Law, the best in the business, the most reliable when it comes to VA disability claims and appeals. They've personally helped me. I am a client, and I highly recommend that if you need some support with your VA disability claims, that you check them out. Brand new website at taybackattorneys.com. Back to it. What happens if I have a friend who's a veteran, and that veteran has an opinion that's the same as my opinion, about the war in Iran. Does that mean that all veterans feel that way about it?
Of course not, man. It's kind of like politics, right? Or if you believe in God, some people do, some people don't. The same thing with everything in this world. Same thing with the war. Some people are like, you know what, I agree because of this. And they look to talk you into it. I mean, most vets are like, you know, like we might have different beliefs. It's like, fine, cool. When it comes to that war in Iran, they'll express their opinion like, yeah, that's cool, man. I don't agree with you, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's where the military, like our mentality as veterans is very different than civilians.
Yeah.
I mean, most of my friends, we all have different beliefs on politics and everything in the world. They're still my boys.
Yeah.
I still go to them. I don't care how they feel about that. Like, that's fine. We all have our opinion. I respect that.
So if you have a veteran pal who feels X way about something, the message that we would like to send to you is that your buddy is not the emperor of veterans. They don't speak for all of us. I don't speak for all of us. Zach doesn't. Vetline doesn't. Nobody does. We're all different. So this was a bait and switch, yes. I'm sure the title of this video is like, what all veterans think about the war in Iran. I haven't titled it yet, but I'm sure it was some clickbaity, borderline rage-baity sort of thing. But hopefully we drew you in and taught you a lesson that all veterans don't think or feel any which way, and you should probably treat all of us like individual human beings.